Hey everybody, it's Alex. I just want to share with you a couple of pages from my art journal, because that's about the only thing that I've really done craft-wise, other than my Etsy store stuff all the time. So excuse that motorcycle outside. But anyways, remember I showed you, I think I showed this a couple weeks ago. That has to do that, right? And this is my second time doing the video because the kids were screaming, and that has to do that now. But this is the first page I showed you, and then I showed you some tags that I made. Well, it was the first page I did, but it wasn't the first page in the book. So I did this last week. I used some sprays. I used some, no, not sprays. I used the gelatos. And I used some Tim Holtz inks, and I did a lot of different stamping with different stamps here. These were the new 7 Gypsies ones here, and the butterflies. And I did some stenciling with some of that texture paste stuff, the modeling paste, and I just mixed it up, and I, put it on to the stencil. Well, that does have some spray on it right there. I think at the end I sprayed. But anyways, I actually just sprayed some raspberry colored spray into the white texture paste, and I mixed it up and made that color. I colored in some of the butterflies with just some gelato and some watercolor. Not watercolor, some water. So that's that, and at the end when I was all done, just I guess added touches, I just sprayed some stuff on there. So that's that one. Then this is just a random little doodle thing that I did. I showed on Instagram, but nothing crazy. I'm not sure if I showed this one. This was a lot of stamping, some sprays, some masking with some stencils. These are K & Company stickers that I put on there, and I outlined them. Here's more stamping up here of like a canvas, like Stampin' Up! Rubber stamp. This big butterfly is a $1 stamp from, same with this, the Take Wing stamp, from Joann's last year around this time. This is a Joann's $1 stamp. The wording in the background was actually a tiny little Prima stamp, and I just inked it up and stamped it over and over again, like up the page. That is texture paste. I don't know if you can see the texture on my computer camera, but I just left that one white. And then I used a Halloween stamp from last year that was supposed to, if you did a red, it's supposed to look like blood splatter, but I did it in white chalk ink, and it came out pretty cool. So, oh, and here's the dripping blood here. Up here, I did it right there. So that's that page. Then this one is a lot of stamps and spray, because I was in the mood. My daughter was starting school, and that's what was on my mind, so that's what I did here. And you see this grid thing? That was, I doubt I'd be able to grab it now. That was those, I showed it in like a Goodwill haul video like last week, maybe the week before, where it was for some sort of sewing, and I showed you that one I was using to spray through, and the other one I was using to like put my ink pad onto. Well, this is what I was doing when I did it. So, and you can see the grid there. But it's just a lot of stamping, different stamps and sprays. I was just playing around, and I had her school on my mind. Then this one was, I guess you could call it my beautiful disaster. Because at first I was like, oh no, but at the end I think it came out really well. Yeah, this is a big stencil here, and that's some texture paste, and I mixed a little bit of, it was a green paint with some metallic paint, that's what I'm trying to say, metallic paint. And then this is just a script stamp, and I stamped it in chalk ink, and then this was stamped in chalk ink. Didn't come out too well, kind of smudged, but this was stamped in just regular black, and I outlined it in a jelly roll pen. This gear stamp is like the Stamper's Best, and I used some gold paint pen to put inside on the little bolts. This here is a big stencil, but for this one, what did I do for that one? I think I just brushed the paint on with like a foam brush, and then I use a lot this chicken wire stamp that I got from Etsy. So it's a lot of spray ink. Oh, and in the background, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but see, it kind of looks like paper, like text, like a book paper. It is, because I had put it on there and then I didn't like how it turned out, so that's what I was trying to cover, but yet sort of see it like at the same time. I didn't want it now to be the main focus. I did when I had started, but after I didn't like it, I changed it around, and like this and this and this was like the main thing afterwards. So I think it ended up really nice, but I thought it was going to be just a mess. So that one. And then this is the latest one that I did. I did it the other day. And I still have to put some of the glossy sealant on it. But I did, you see this like checkered board in the background? Well, I did a Dollar Tree haul the other day, and I picked up some household items that I could use for mixed media. Well, this checkered board thing was the cabinet cupboard liners, you know, for your cabinet drawers, or you know, to put your glasses on. And all this like streaking here, like the black and the red, you can see it better in the black, but that was that like a base, not a baster, that little brush thing, that Betty Crocker brush thing to brush the sauce on. And then this is a stencil that I have from Michaels, and I use some the Perfect Pearl. It's not Perfect Pearls, but it's like that. But it's for like fabric for. No, no, it's not the Scribbles. It's the other one that Paula got me, that you can make perfectly round like dots. Well, that is that, and I just like scraped it over the stencil, and it's got dimension. I did it in purple, and then I sprayed it in red when I was done. And then this is a book page, and I just cut out a heart, and I traced it and smeared some gelatos on it, and wrote family, because that was on my mind after my husband's car accident. So this was another stencil from Michael's Dollar Tree. All this white here, that little texture there, was a sponge that I just dipped it in some white and went around the paper. So I was playing with those different tools. And that is about it. My next page, I was prepping it, I was getting it ready, but I don't have anything on there. So that is the last page that I've done in my journal. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.